Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Let's take a look at another one of Adam's jobs. Adam Thompson is our franchise owner in Miami, and he's here in Hollywood, Florida. This is another one of those showcase jobs. Every job that Adam does looks exactly like this. He does amazing work. I'm very proud to show Adam's work. Take a look.
Hey guys, this is Adam with Apple Drains, South Florida here at that house in Hollywood, and I wanted to give you guys a little tour of this latest install. Come follow me, check it out. So here we are at this house in Hollywood. These folks called us over to help them out with some drainage issues. These folks have a metal roof and metal gutter downspouts here. You can see we've got 1, 2, and down on this end 3 metal downspouts coming off this gutter system. Moves water real fast, this nice metal roof. Normally we would actually cut and go right up against the wall flush with these adapters right here, but the homeowners didn't want to cut these nice custom made downspouts, so we just put the adapters right off and came over to the side. On this side, this concrete block system house, they were actually getting water intrusion through this whole side. They just had this house stuccoed, painted, and had some push piers, some piers installed to support the foundation. So we had to contend with that. We had piers, I think 3 or 4 piers on this side over here. So we had to come out a little bit wider, a little bit deeper normal on the French drain. So here we've got this downspout to drain line. And that downspout ties in to this sump basin that we have here in the corner. Second downspout ties into the sump basin. Third downspout ties into the sump basin. And these are the lower ports that you see here and here. So again, we have the downspouts tied into 4-inch corrugated drain lines that run 1, 2, these are connected here, and we have 1 here, and they go down at the bottom. I had to put them pretty low because I had to get some good fall, had to get the right amount of pitch to get that water angle down. Here at that house in Hollywood, we just spoke about the gutter downspout systems. Now we're going to talk about the French drain. These folks were getting water intrusion all along this concrete wall here, this east wall. They even had Roto-Rooter that came out and did some mold remediation. They had to rip out drywall. They had to do some, actually they had to even rip out the furring strips. That's how bad it was. They had a lot of mold getting in here over a long period of time. So we had come on over and we installed this system for them. We handled the downspouts. We had the downspouts running into this basin, this sump basin, and then above the downspouts we have the French drain. So here in this port here and this port here, we have a full easy flow combined with a traditional French drain system. There's a lot of gravel here. I went very deep here. As you can see, this is about 2.5 feet deep from grade to that bottom port right there. So we've got a lot of gravel here. We've got easy flow wrapped with full drainage cloth. We also have lots of drainage gravel here and full French drain system all around this corner as well. As we come up, we also have some catch basins incorporated. These catch basins function as a clean out system, but also to collect surface water. They get a lot of surface water. This grade is a little lower than this neighbor's over here, so we get some runoff that comes over from the neighbor's side. And these catch basins are going to help collect, also with the French drain, collect some of that surface runoff. So we've got the French drains with the catch basins running atop of the drain lines that are connected to the gutter downspouts that all go into the sump basin here. And that sump basin has a Zoller and 98 half horsepower pump in it. And you can see we have our pump connected. We have a check valve to prevent backup. We also have no hub, so we can maneuver that and get that out of there if we need to clean the bottom of that or service that at any point. And then we have our discharge out to the alley. These folks fortunately have an alley in the back out here in Hollywood, Florida. And we discharge out to the alley and Hey guys, Adam again, still over at that house in Hollywood. This was a pretty decent sized job. This is the left side of the home now. We actually did a full gravel walkway for these folks. This was much higher before, in some spots 3, 4, 5 inches higher, filled with soil and organic material that had built up over time. This house was originally built in the 50s. We've got this huge oak tree here right in the middle of the houses that really caused us a lot of problems. But come on, check out what we did. So I'll start with the downspouts here. On this side, we have 2 downspouts. Again, this is that home with that nice metal roof and the nice fabricated gutter downspouts. So they didn't want us to cut them and put our adapters flush up against the concrete block wall, which we normally would. We put the adapters right up against that center block wall and make a nice clean look, but they didn't want us to cut those, so we just came right out, and they prefer this look. So we have our 2 downspouts connected, 1, 2, and these 2 downspouts are connected into this sump basin right here. You might notice a couple differences about the sump basin. This sump basin is set much lower than normal. I had to set it very low in order to get the right gravity and the right pitch to properly drain these gutter downspouts. So that is set very low, and I had to create a riser slash liner to basically raise the height of that to accommodate all of this gravel. So we did a full gravel walkway for these folks. This was all a bunch of built up organic material, sand, soil over time. We probably took about 4 or 5 yards out of here. So we graded it out, we leveled it out. Of course, we pinned down some top quality weed barrier and drainage fabric, and we leveled out and installed this nice gravel walkway. But we really had to contend with some massive roots. The roots were all coming along, trying to get over across to a water source. We had an AC condensation line on this side. We had a lot of moisture on this side because this side had no drainage. It would just build up in low-lying areas up against the foundation. So this tree had massive roots all under here that we had to contend with. And not only did we have these gutter downspout drain lines, but we have some yard drain, some French drain running right in the middle, kind of like a double barrel system, so that we can stop that oversaturation, that buildup, so they can use this walkway and come in on this side. In addition to that, we also have this low-lying stoop here, this little concrete step, which has fallen over time and is slightly tiered down. Water would come right up to the threshold, right up to the doorway in a bad rain. So we also installed these catch basins, and these catch basins are tied in to the same line that the gutter downspouts are on, and they run into this sump basin. So we have the gutter downspouts, and we have the catch basins tied into this top port. And then if you can see underneath it below, I had to go real deep on this one. It's about 4 feet at this point, all the way to the bottom. We have the French drain, yard drain, tied into that bottom port. Again, a Zoller M98, 1/2 horsepower pump, no hubs as well. And we have our AC condensation line. Of course, we have a trap there so we don't get any suction getting in to the air intake and the air blower on the inside. So we've got the AC condensation line now tied in, which was running a lot of discharge for years here. We've got a custom fabricated liner slash basin riser, so we can accommodate the height of that gravel walkway. We have all brand new, nice, usable space now. Nice walkway with gravel that they can actually use, and we have some landscape border that we added here, and of course, good quality weed fabric, heavy duty barrier with drainage properties as well. Thanks for checking out this install. This was a pretty decent size install, and really had a beast to contend with this oak tree here. You wouldn't believe the amount of roots that were coming across. And it was only a matter of time before those roots were going to do some serious damage to the side of the house. Thanks again for checking us out, guys. This is Adam with Apple Drain, South Florida. Take care.
Hey guys, Adam here with Apple Drain, South Florida.
We were just talking about that sump basin that I had to install deeper, much lower than I normally would. So the lid, that sump basin sits right here. But we have this 4 or 5 inch layer of gravel, which is part of this gravel walkway path that we had to install. So I had to build and create this riser, this liner, which is pinned down. It's also sealed up with a rubber sealant so that we don't get sand that infiltrates it as well. So that's a nice system we have installed. It's pretty deep in there. And what you can see is, we have a M98 half horsepower pump all the way down there. To the side, slightly above, we have a port coming in, which is our downspout drain line port. And then above that, we have our French drain, or a yard drain, that runs in the middle of this walkway. This was a really unusable space during the rain season. This would just be completely saturated, mushy, and they would get water right up to that stoop and right up to that threshold. And in fact, last November, when we had really bad rains, they had water coming right up to the edge of the door. So it was really important that we came out here. We had to, first excavate lots of material, about 4 or 5 yards of material. And of course, we also had to contend with the roots. My luck, we always have a big oak tree nearby. So we've got massive root systems running atop, visible, and a foot and a half and 2 feet down, running all the way through and over and under the foundation in some instances. Some only ended up tapering down to about 1 or 2 inches around. Some of them were 9, 10, 12 inches around, actually. So some of these were pretty massive root systems, and it's just a matter of time before they're going to cause major damage to the structure. So we had to eliminate those as best we could without, hurting the tree. So we did our best to remove the root structures, and then we were able to install this drainage system. So we have our catch basins, which are tied into our downspout gutter drain line, and that downspout gutter drain line is connected and runs underneath here into this sump pit, amongst this other downspout gutter drain line runs into the sump pit. And we have that discharging out to the back. Fortunately, these folks have the alley out here behind their home for refuse, garbage, bulk pickup, stuff like that. And no one has any entrances on this side, and it's really not a great, not a very pretty area, but it's very functional for utility. So as you can see, this is the area that's got a lot of trash, a lot of yard debris, and it's perfect to discharge that water to. So we've got 2 of these discharge grates. We have one here, one down at the end for the other system. And I put these a little higher than normal because this is a flood zone. They do get a lot of water over here. And I also wanted to make it visible. You've got, garbage men, people coming through here, and as opposed to stepping on something over time or constantly running over or bumping into something with the garbage and recycling cans, at least it's visible, they can see it. And also the homeowner can see from their patio that it's functioning and check on the system.
I pulled out the thesaurus looking for a better word than outstanding, but you know what? This is outstanding work, and I need to tell you guys something. Adam did this job all by himself. He did this, it took him 7 days to do this job, and the amount of work and pride that he put into his job here, as is with every job, is truly amazing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments box and give Adams a thumbs up if you like this video. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. We have a business opportunity in every city across the U.S. If you're interested in joining our team and doing this type of work, give us a call. Go to the website and learn about business opportunities with Apple Drains.